and you can't stay off the weed.
He is Houdini, the magical quarterback, Lamar Jackson.
Waddle.
He's got the touchdown. Touchdown, Calvin Johnson.
Look out for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown!
If you don't write checks, how do you pay these guys?
Straight cash, homie.
Ronnie Brown is gone. Touchdown.
I heard Shannon Sharp. He said, they got Kamara. I said, it's Kamara.
He got mossed right there. Jerry Jeudy, the rookie.
Eckler in for the Chargers. Touchdown.
Derrick Henry, touchdown. 76.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Troy, aka T King Mode, and we are back with the Thirsty Thursday halftime show. I'm so excited to be back with y'all, man. It's been too long, and with me, you know, I had to bring some of my favorite people ever on my show. Well, sort of, not one of them I don't know about, but let's start off with the amazing homie Sam Holt. Sam, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm even better getting to hang out with you guys. Although I wonder which one of us is not the homie. Which is it, me because I throw shade at you for the way you take photos, or is it LQ?
Oh, you know what's it's funny? I actually forgot about that.
You forgot about
Listen, man, I'm about to replace both.
It's definitely me.
I'm about to replace both of my co-hosts, and then bottom, you know, on the bottom of actually, I was gonna say that. So right here is Real Deal Fantasy, aka LQ, aka LaQuan Jones. Say what's up to the people.
What up? What up? What up? Bring some energy. We got a great game going on. Tell you
Well,
that.
it's not a great game. Okay,
yes,
let's talk about it, guys.
Games, man.
No. Listen.
Yeah,
okay, so we
fantasy points.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Look,
right.
we talking about the Chargers and we talking about the Chiefs, y'all. So, all right, let's talk about. Okay, this has been disappointing, right? So it's been a Mike Williams show. For those who don't know, Keenan Allen's hurt this game, so you know what's happening. It's really just Justin Herbert throwing to Mike Williams pretty much all first half. Mike Williams right now has 6 receptions for 84 yards. He can just stop, and that's a great fantasy game. So look, he's been the only really fantasy relevant player. Justin Herbert's throwing a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes is throwing a touchdown. No one else has really done that much, and I don't want to get too into it. We're gonna talk more about it, right? So Sam, tell me what your opinion of the first half is. Like, let's start off with the Chargers, right? Tell me what you think they did right, what they did wrong. What's your opinion on them?
Well, I think things are shaking out just a little bit different than probably fantasy Twitter was hoping this week, knowing that Keenan Allen was going to be out. There's been a lot of Joshua Palmer hype all week. Oh my gosh, he's going to eat this week, and almost crickets when it came to Mike Williams. And I think it had a result of him being less productive last week. But he, like you said, he's been the target hog for the Chargers today, which to me isn't very surprising. That's why, even though I have Joshua Palmer in multiple leagues, I wasn't flexing him ahead of other players. I definitely need to see it. If Keenan Allen's out more time, then I will get him into some lineups, but that's not a surprise. What's more irritating to me is that Gerald Everett has a single target, and after I had Cole Kmet in multiple leagues last week, I went out and grabbed Everett in multiple. So what's going to happen? Everett's going to do what Kmet did to me last week, and then Cole Kmet's going to go off this weekend. So if you guys didn't make that mistake like I did, go start Cole Kmet, because I jinxed myself, and he's going to go and have a great weekend.
Listen, we got a whole second half. You're right. Everett's not looking great this first half, but look, hopefully things go our way, right? Hopefully they realize in the huddle, in the locker room, they're like, look, guys, we letting down our fantasy managers. We need to step the hell up. Hopefully that's the halftime speech by LQ. So now we talked about the Charger side of things. Give me your perspective on the Chiefs, right? Tell me what went good, what went wrong, because, you know, I feel like there's some promising things, but there's some lackluster things, right? Like Juju, for example. I don't know where he is. Is he even active? Is he playing? I have not seen him. So tell me your opinion about the first half, like, you know, what in regards to the Chiefs side of things.
I mean, on the Chiefs side, man, you have Patrick Mahomes spreading the ball around. I mean, you got guys that are catching the ball all over the place. And, like, it was a little scary in the beginning with CEH getting stepped on. I don't have many shares of CEH, if any, but I know that sent fantasy Twitter into, like, a spiral if he was hurt or not. But the Chiefs, you know, like I said, Patrick Mahomes is going to do Mahomes things. Like, I do want to see, you know, both quarterbacks pick it up, but they're just playing a lot of safe ball. I mean, you see Mahomes taking a chance downfield, but it's like, you know, it's not exactly on target. But we'll see maybe something better, you know, coming out of the half.
It needs to be better, right? So one of the people I want to talk about, and Sam, I'm going to toss this to you, is Austin Eckler. So the first half, it was really ugly in terms of the target, opportunity share between him, Sony Michel, and Joshua Kelly. We saw Sony Michel get some goal line work, which Austin Eckler is one of the best goal line backs in the league. So it was really odd to see Sony Michel get those opportunities. Are you worried about Austin Eckler in the second half, or maybe it's overreaction, but going forward in terms of the usage, like what's your opinion on Austin Eckler? Are we overreacting? Is he going to be okay? I'm curious about your thoughts.
I'm not really that worried about him, to be honest. I mean, rest of season, I'm not worried. In this game in particular, it's got to work more into his favor going to the second half. Once Mahomes puts his foot on the gas, it's going to happen for the Chargers as well, and they're going to have to be more active in the passing game, which is Austin Eckler's bread and butter. So if he doesn't get a couple carries, I'm not going to be too concerned just because his receiving upside is so high. So I'm not really worried as of right now. But, I'm definitely hoping and fingers crossed for a much more firepower filled second half.
No, look, I agree. I think his rushing and his receiving, that's why you drafted him, right? I still think is that upside. I don't want to overreact too much. I feel like this first half has been a little bit weird. I think the second half, hopefully we see some, fireworks. This is supposed to be a shootout. This has been the complete opposite of a shootout. So LQ, tell me. So one of the things I want to know is I want to know about the other receivers, right? So tell me your opinions on Juju because he's been MIA. I want opinions on Josh Palmer. Who is going to step up in the second half? Do you believe? And let's throw Gerald Everett on there. I know we mentioned that, but who are you expecting to have a better second half, right? Is MVS going to get involved? Where is Sky Moore? I need to, these are guys I need to know about. So tell me, what are you expecting from the second half from some of these key fantasy players?
I mean, I'm expecting Juju to show up. I mean, he had a very quiet but productive, week one. So I think that's something that we got to just look forward to in the second half, being that he's probably the best wide receiver on the field for him other than Travis Kelce. And Sky Moore, it's more so we got to be patient with him. He's still finding his way on the field and trying to fit in because I don't think people understand all preseason, he did not catch one pass from Patrick Mahomes, which is nuts. So it's we don't know if he's still developing or struggling with the playbook or whatever the case may be. But, when he's out there, he just needs to make the best of his opportunities. So, I'm really leaning on Juju really popping up in the second half.
Look, Juju can't be worse than he was in the first half. And I think, and a lot of fantasy managers, they drafted Juju as their wide receiver too, right? So we really need, and I thought after last week, I thought Juju almost solidified that role as the wide receiver one, but Patrick Mahomes tried to warn us, for fantasy players that there's not just going to be one guy. Right now, there's no guy. Okay,
he did it last week. 9 different receivers caught the ball last week. That seems to be the theme.
I mean, I think the best wide receiver right now, I think, is Mecole Hardman at this time. I think he's 30 yards or something like that, which, again, it's kind of gross, but the second half, it could be completely different. Maybe you target Juju. I got some Sky Moore going, so I would really appreciate if Patrick Mahomes, targeted Sky Moore, but I digress. So I'm curious about what you guys think. Who do you guys think is going to win this game, and who do you think is going to be the fantasy MVP of the second half, both teams? Sam, who do you think is going to win, and who do you think is going to be the fantasy MVP of the second half?
I think it's going to go back to tried and true Chiefs ball. I think that they're going to end up dominating the second half. I think Mahomes is, getting into the swing of things in the first half. It's the second week, everyone's kind of taken their time. I think a seasoned veteran fighter, if anything, he's doing laps around the ring and just getting ready to tire out his opponent. So I think Mahomes turns it on in the second half. And unfortunately, I think that, and I say unfortunately because a lot of us are hoping for these receivers to pop off, I think it ends up being a big Travis Kelce second half. I think he's going to be the first one with a touchdown on the board. And he's going to be the target leader and target monster for the rest of this game. I think that that's how Mahomes is just going to dial it in, go back to basics, just get the win.
Honestly, I really like that call. Travis Kelce's tried and true. I really like that. Good take, Sam. LQ, who do you think is going to win the game, and who's going to be your fantasy MVP of the second half?
So I'm going to go with the Chiefs winning. I think, Patrick Mahomes is going to come out here fine out of the half, and they're going to get up early. And this is why I think Mike Williams will be the fantasy MVP because Chargers are going to be fighting back. They're going to want to, throw the ball, be pass heavy, avoid the run. And then that becomes Mike Williams show all over again in the second half. He's at 84 yards, so we all know he's going to get up there in the high 100s of yards. So he's definitely going to be the fantasy MVP.
Look, I like that call. If I had a fantasy MVP, I think it's going to be Mike Williams again. I think he's already overachieved by, I feel like, just his ridiculous target share of the first half. I think there's no reason to go away from it. So I think Mike Williams is going to be the fantasy MVP. And I think the Chargers are going to win. On a different show earlier this week, I said the Chiefs. Now I'm changing my mind, which probably means that the Chiefs are going to end up winning. So that's my take, y'all. But we need everybody to step up because our fantasy teams depend on it. But guys, we got to get back to the game. We're gonna see how this second half unfolds. I appreciate everybody tuning in once again to Thursday halftime show. We're gonna be here every single Thursday doing this, giving you some quick analysis. Make sure you follow all of us on Twitter. So Sam, want to plug yourself, where you're working, what you're doing, your Twitter handle, all the social media and things like that?
Absolutely. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Samantha R. Holt. Please subscribe to the Fantasy Life newsletter where you can see my blurb every Tuesday morning. I've got my breakout watch player of the week that comes out once a week. I've also got all my fun illustrations over there. And then I'm on the Discord on their Sunday morning show for the pre-kickoff show to get your start sit questions answered. Plus, I've got the fantasy debate with Sam and Tate over on Dr. Roto. So lots of fun stuff from me this season.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sam. LQ, tell everybody what you're doing. You know, you're doing a million things. So educate the people on what you're doing, where they can find you.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet, man. You can follow me at Real Deal Fantasy. I'm going to be flooding all the timelines on every social media platform, MySpace, Tumblr. We still out there live, baby. So we just going to have the content flowing every single day, every single week, man. It's finally football season. Like I said, Real Deal Fantasy on all platforms.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see y'all later and hope you guys enjoy the second half.